Hey, what is going on, guys? Come on. Welcome back to yet another Home Arcade podcast. We're going to be talking about our favorite subject this week, Arcade1Up, and how their prices will probably never, ever go down. Ever. Spoiler. No way they will ever go down. Prices will never, ever go down. $500 is my comfort zone increase from the previous normal $400. This is so true. We're going to talk about that tonight, kind of the journey through it. Agree. $500 is the max for the Arcade1Up. They have priced themselves out of the market. We are now in a position where the only way the majority of people are going to buy Arcade1Up cabinets is if it's your must-buy cabinet. I call them must-buyers. Like the Tron, there's a whole bunch of must-buyers. If you must and have to have the big blue, then it's a must-buy for you. But the must-buy is like $5.99 right now. You could almost justify that one because it's like Star Wars at $500, but you can play online with 12 people. And if you buy it, I think from the website, you get it with a stool, so you can kind of justify it for $5.99. Frank D says, hard to say, really. I imagine they're between a rock and a hard place. Costs are up, but I don't see the casuals, right? The casuals is so true. The people that just walk into the Walmart, they're trying to target, be willing to spend $700 for a 3/4 scale cabinet. Maybe they could, but they're going to have to really increase the cabinet, right? They got to have like a small, medium, larger. It's like this cabinet that's like a legacy series is the first, the $450 version. And then you have the mid-range that's like the $600, kind of like your big blue. You want to get us to do the $700, $800, $900, even $1,000 if that's your future. It's got to be perfect. Like a replicade. Like a replica arcade. That's what we're gonna need, like a 7/8 scale. That's where we gotta go, Arcade1Up. You know it's true, John. You know you're watching. That's what you need next year. Do it, brother. A pro line. That's what we need. You haven't came out with a pro line. The big blue is not a pro line. Okay. Frank D says, let's see if I can catch up on the chat. Anything over $500 is a major life decision territory. So true. Even 500s can be hard as well. That's so true. Frank D, thank you so much for all your comments. He says, I think we're most likely to see more of the countercades at a lower price, items marked towards the casual user. Dude, I've been trying to trace these deals recently. There was like a legacy Pac-Man for like $100 off, $350. That was a pretty good deal, but I didn't go for it. I was like, no, I can't do it. I can't do that price. 2 days later, it was gone. No regrets. Then you have the Partycade, Street Fighter 2. My boy UAG did a review on it. Awesome review. Got to go check it out. And, has the USB. It's got a light-up marquee. $199 from HSN. It's gone. Those deals are really hard to come by. What's going on, guys? We're going to be talking through this. It says, now look at the things the Arcade1Up is vesting in as well as advertisement. I know, right? They got like Mike Tyson, and now they're moving on to like, what it was, the Miami Dolphins. They have a partnership, and a lot of people are saying that the price, they're increasing the price so they could afford that. Maybe, but I think they have like the millions of dollars in investment, so they're trying to spend that money wisely and try to make very noticeable attempts to grow. Something that the people, the shareholders or their investors can see big movement. So, maybe. I'm going to try to come into this with an open mind, right? Now, I've been labeled as an Arcade1Up fanboy because I make 99% of my content about Arcade1Up, but I really do want to come into this with an open mind. Why are the prices going up, and will the prices ever go down? And I kind of did a little bit of studying, a little bit of research, and I was looking in the chat. I think Zohar actually... Dude, he's been a part of the home arcade for such a long time. He sees the flow. He probably knows exactly what the show is going to be. And we're going to catch up on the chat. I'm going to pause it right there and kind of take you through, exactly what I think is going on. So give me 1 second. And there we go. So this is where we started, $299. $299 for the first generation cabinets. and that was their original price. But you know, $299 was they wanted $399. That's what they kept on selling everyone. You know, $399 MSRP, and it didn't come with a riser. But then Walmart launched it at $299. That's when we saw these first generation cabinets. And then the Pac-Man was a surprise in Black Friday for the 2018 season. Can you believe it's been that long? Been that long? We've been a part of this home arcade. A lot of us are originals, been around. My first YouTube video about Arcade1Up was in December of 2018, showing off just a casual video of the Pac-Man and Street Fighter that I got. And I got paid full price, $299 for the Pac-Man, and then paid $225 for the Street Fighter. There's like a return, you know, it was unopened return. Then the riser came out. But here's the deal. I don't ever remember not having a riser. So I must have bought the riser in December of 2018, because I'm pretty sure I assembled it and then I got and I had the risers as well. But this changed the game. We demanded this, right? If you look back in the history of it, this was what they were planning on doing. And Scott Baccarat said in the UAG stream, the Your Average Gamer plug, you got to go check that out. He had a stream today. You know, the voices sound a little funny because I think the call-in was a little bit messed up, but there's some great detail in there. You got to go watch the whole thing. But I still haven't finished watching it. I had a busy day today, actually. So, but there was this key thing that Scott Baccarat said. He was like, originally, they were like, if we could sell 5,000 of these, then that'd be great. You know, that would be a success. And that's exactly, you know, they did way more than that. They're now at 2 million. But the riser is something that we wanted. That increased the price because $299 was their original price. Then you had to pay about $50 more. I think I got some for $35, $45, $44 at Walmart. So that brought us into that $350 range. And then we got the deluxe cabinet. I bought this one, and I think it was $399. This came with a riser at Kohl's. It was like $399, but then they marked it down to like $379. It came with a whole bunch of Kohl's cash, and it ended up being like a really good deal. But this was the glimpse of the prices were going up originally. But soon after that, we still got a ton of cabinets that did not come with risers. They're like, oh, bundling with risers is a bad idea because there's some people that don't want the risers. Now it's like you can go to Walmart and get these $299 legacies. You know, at least there was like that. No riser. They were still there for a while. And then those went up in price as well, right? But most of the retailers, GameStop, Best Buy, they ship with risers, custom risers as they call them. And that's when we started getting that with the Golden Tee. The Golden Tee was more expensive, right? What was this, like $379 to $400, I want to say? And it came with a riser that was custom. And then we're going to fast forward a little bit because I know this is going to be really boring if we just take you through the whole history. Boom! Star Wars, $500. And this is where there was a new ceiling. But we said it was fine. Do you remember that? We were like, it's cool. Like $500 is okay. Because it's Star Wars, because it had the yoke, it was taller, had a 15-inch riser, it was 60.8 inches tall. There was like all of these things about this. It even only came with 3 games. Dude, we were complaining about the first generation only having a handful of games. And they were like, oh, we're going to do more, we're going to do more. And then with Star Wars, they're like, yeah, there's only 3 games. They're like, well, I want it. Take my money. So how did we get from $500 to like $750? And there's some people, this is where we got to start having an open mind, okay? I'm going to take a break from the little presentation, and we'll come back to that in just a second. I want to read some of this chat. And so here's the deal. What we're going to do is take you through to the next level. There's people that are saying certain things, and I don't agree or disagree with it. I don't care. I'm neutral right now. Just super neutral. I just want to find the truth. That's where I'm at. I don't care about your opinion or that person's opinion and hurting that person's opinion or hurting. Let's just find the truth. Let's what's going on. And I wish I had more time to do more fact checking. I hope, like Michael B does his stream on Monday nights, I hope he takes a stab at it as well. I didn't have like days to be able to prepare this. Basically, I had an hour today to kind of go through this. And so JJ, he said, agreed with, hold on a second. Got to get that. Oh, that's Star Wars, all funky looking. And Boom, there we go. JJ, he says, agreed with Frank D about the 500 price limit. He'd say 400 even, because at $500, we're talking about a gen console, like next-gen console like PS5 and the Xbox Series S. That's so true. And that's right, Paul. Remember? There's the rollback prices. Dude, you remember? I made a website for, like, deals, and some people I got, like, an Asteroids for $75. That was a pretty good deal. Someone commented on my video recently. It was great. $1. Someone bought $1. Now, those were like clearance deals, but what we would see typically is Arcade1Up or Walmart would buy 3,000 or 10,000, whatever their quantity was at a time, and then those would sell pretty quickly. And then when they were ready to buy the next set of inventory and they made the bulk of their profit already, they were in the green, as I understand it, they would liquidate the other cabs, and they kind of had this overstock issue. But we would see even prices like Star Wars went down to $450. Maybe that was just a little price adjustment to see if they can move a little bit more cabs. But we never saw some of those other, those other prices come way down. And right now, Papa Brad's Gaming is saying investing in the fighting community is a wiser move, PR wise. I think it's pretty cool, and there's a lot of that going on. Put your quarters on the glass. I think they need to keep investing in that and spend some time to kind of build that community. Console Fanboy says, I go back and forth with 1UP so many times. It's all about the product. If they have something I want, I'll pay whatever. See, Lewis is saying it was supposed to be $3.99 originally, $3.99, and then Walmart, and then we're there. Super Dimensional says, you found your lane. Real arcades ain't for everyone. They ain't for me. Too much room and cost. Plus, I like new things, not old stuff I have to dump hundreds or thousands of dollars into. See, JJ, unlike Tron, my most expensive cab was $450 for the 12-in-1 Atari. That's right. And so, gonna fast forward into the stream here, catch up with it. We're gonna go back to this information because we're gonna take it to the next step. And I was trying to gather the information, and let's see if I can pull this up. Still getting used to this new format. Nope, I didn't get it. Boom, there it is. Okay, so one of the questions I wanted to answer to see if it's true, because I was doing the research and be like, is this actually true? And that is, Arcade1Up's prices are increasing. Okay, that's a fact. Like, that's right. Well, that's a fact. But nobody else's prices are increasing. And I was like, is that true? Because you can make John D in his stream with Your Average Gamer. You can only go far with that claim, with the economy of scale and how, I'm not an economist or how that all works, but it makes sense to me. The idea that if you have a cabinet that you sell 100,000 of them and you got to pay for the shipping on it, or let's say you're going to give a $100 discount, the loss on that discount is higher than someone who's only selling 1,000 or 2,000 cabinets at a time. Or at all. It makes sense, but couldn't you also say, like, here's the thing. I remember Zohar. We had a show with Zohar was on, or Console Fanboy. I'm sorry. It was in the post show after the show with John D. And Zohar said, "I don't get it, John. I just don't get it. There's people that are building their own cabinets for only $350. That's it. Their entire cost, or like $300." A cabinet that's way more amazing than Arcade1Up. And John was ready. Because, but does he have to flat pack it? Does he have to pay anyone for the license? Forget the license argument just for a second. I like this one. Did he have to pay $100,000s of dollars just for the emulation of those games to work? It's not like they just take the emulation, the PCB, and they're like, hey, let's just throw those games in there. That's it, right? They're like throwing the games in there. The license is one thing, whatever. That's probably a royalty percentage or something like that. But these hardware developers, I don't know if they're taking a percentage. You just kind of have to pay for what they call the man hour, right? The development time, and it's probably like 3 months, handful of developers, a couple $100,000 probably. If it's not, like, whoo, they're getting. They're getting a deal if it's not. But anyway, that's kind of what's probably wrong with Arcade1Up's price model. If you go back to the original, These were all cookie cutter cabinets. It was all the same mold, right? Some of these, I think Rampage was even running on MAME, right? And then they started customizing all of it. Like these cabinets, the only thing custom about it was the control panel layout and the artwork. You know, and then once you get into the Star Wars, this is Code Mystics. This is an expensive integration company because you want to deliver something that's really unique. You got to pay. It's a unique mold. You can't reuse this mold for other cabinets, right? So whatever it costs for the mold, whatever it costs for the integration of the hardware, you got to pay. You go over to this, maybe this is a better business model. It's like, hey, we're just going to build one mold. We're going to throw hundreds of games on it, a control panel. We're not going to keep paying those fees. And AtGames has, you know, they spent $20 million on hiring or buying out a company years ago. They bought out a development company out in Taipei called Direct to Drive. And those developers work on the AtGames product. And they're the ones that are like making the firmware every week. So there's cost there. But probably the higher cost is the outsourcing of the development teams for Arcade1Up. But let's look at the prices. Again, open mind. Shame me if you want, but I'm just trying to have an open mind about this. One could argue Legends Ultimate is $4.99. It's always been $4.99. Their prices have never gone up. Except for it's not 100% accurate. Because if you look at it, this is Sam's Club. Sam's Club right now, $4.99. But what are you buying? Are you buying a cabinet that was made 2 months ago? Or are you buying a cabinet that was made 9 months ago? Because 9 months ago, Arcade1Up was selling cabinets at this price. This is Miss Pac-Man, currently available at Sam's Club for $3.99. Currently available at Sam's Club for $4.99, right? When you go to other websites, let's say Direct, you buy the Legends Ultimate Direct. It's $5.99 on their website plus $100 shipping. It's $6.99 for Legends Ultimate. If you want a Legends Ultimate, go get it at Sam's Club. Because the deal's at Sam's Club right now. Okay? You go to HSN, literally, I don't know the answer to this question. And this is me trying to just find the truth. Tell me in the comments, why is this Legends Ultimate $7.99? Why? I do know that the Taito-looking cabinet is a more recent design. Is this cabinet $7.99? Because one of two things is true. Either HSN is price gouging us. Like HSN's like, yeah, we're going to resell at a big profit. You know, and Sam's Club is just giving AtGames a better deal. Or the other answer is the newer stock of AtGames is at a higher price. And this reveals it. I don't know. I really don't know. I would love for someone from AtGames to be like, no, HSN's just screwing everybody. Sorry. Like, our cost hasn't changed. And Arcade1Up is just lying to everyone about their price. That would be great information if that were true. And if someone would say that. But I don't know the answer. It's weird, though. Let's go to MVSX. This one's interesting. MVSX on Amazon, $4.99. And it's $20 shipping, if I remember correctly. If you want an MVSX, $4.99, Amazon seems to be the best deal that I can find right now. Maybe Marketplace, you can find it a little bit cheaper. If you go directly to their website, they have $50 shipping. And I remember they had free shipping for a while there, I think. I think it was $4.99. And then I think Unico is a smaller company. And they don't have a lot of the tax codes connected to their site. So I think you can order an MVSX without paying them taxes. I think. But Amazon, you'd probably have to pay the tax. So you'd have to, I don't know, maybe you'd have to figure out this. And then I was looking at Walmart. The MVSX at Walmart is $609. So why is it more expensive at Walmart? And I was checking to see, like, it says it includes the stand, but I wasn't clear. Does it include the stool? Because MVSX does have a stool. So maybe it comes with the stool and it's just really documented really bad, and that's why you're paying extra. Or Unico has stated they have a newer version that's coming out. It's not really a Model 2. It's just like the back panel is 2 pieces instead of 1. They just kind of like made tiny little tweaks to it. And there's even this person on the forum that got really upset about that this week because he like demanded that he get the brand new one, but he got shipped the old one. And Nia Severa is like trying to do good customer service there. Feel for it. It's a tough situation because here's the fact. All of these companies have existing stock out in the market, and that's the key takeaway. Is this existing stock? I don't know. That one's existing stock. We can tell because we know when Ms. Pac-Man came out, which was earlier this year. Is this existing stock? Well, if it's existing stock, then you're paying way, way too much for a Legends Ultimate at $7.99 at existing stock. Hopefully, this is fresh stock. And then this one is probably existing stock. And so now you got iArcade. Okay, iArcade is $750. This is at GameStop. Keep in mind, iArcade is the interesting one. I know there's some super fans of iArcade. I'm about to offend you. iArcade only sold 1,400 units at their Kickstarter. Arcade1Up sold more Space Invaders than that. Sorry, John. I'm really sorry, but it's a fact that your product doesn't, and you know that. You know that. Your prices are really high, and they've always been really high, unless you got the Kickstarter deal. But you're the one that's giving us a la carte games, which is also something we asked for. And I think maybe with iArcade, he's always had that price higher because he knew he wasn't going to move the high volume. He wasn't going to move the high volume. You're not going to buy multiple iArcades. Who would do that? But, you know, you're going to get some dedicated people that really like the games. You're going to continue to, you're going to continue to, add more games, right? But here's the thing with GameStop. GameStop seems to always add $50. So keep that in mind. There's like a distributor fee or $50. This happened with the Star Wars Pinball. Star Wars Pinball was supposed to be $500. GameStop got it first. They set the price at their $50 distribution increase cost. Boom, Star Wars Pinball, Marvel Pinball was $449. When Walmart later came out, they just simply copied what GameStop did and just kind of had that distributor cost. That's my understanding. You go over to, this is iArcade Direct. You're going to get free shipping, but you're going to pay $700. So you'll save money if you get the iArcade Direct because GameStop adds $50. They want a little bit of money, right? So what do you guys think? What's the answer? What's the answer? What we do know for sure, as we established early in this stream, I got to check my time here. How are we doing on time? We checked early in the stream that the prices are never going down. I think they will never go down. But why are they high? And will they stay at that price point? And as inflation rises, they'll just stay there. Now, it's kind of a misnomer to say, will the prices ever go down? We will see prices go down. We have to. If no one's going to buy the cabinets, they'll start being discounted. We saw this before. First generation Arcade1Up cabinets, they would sell a whole bunch of them, but they wouldn't clear out their entire stock. Sure, they would move a lot of cabinets, but Walmart was still stuck with thousands of cabinets throughout the U.S. And what happens when they go to buy the next? And this is how it's been explained to me. It's been explained to me that what happens is they buy in bulk. Walmart buys in bulk. They get a discount from Arcade1Up because they buy in bulk. Let's say they buy 10,000 of them. And they'll get into the green, that profit margin, after they sell half of them, 60%, at some point. I don't know what the number is, 20%, 50%, 60%. At that point, they're like, man, we made our profits. Sweet. They're not thinking about like, oh, we bought every cabinet at $250 and then we sell them for $350, so we only make $100. No, they're thinking like in larger numbers, right? They're like, we bought 10,000 of them for this fixed price, and we've broken that. We've cleared that 6 weeks later. So then at that point, you're like, do we want to do it again? We reinvest and buy another 10,000 of the fresh stock that's going to move again. It's going to sell us it's going to get us a profit real quick. Or do we sit on this inventory and slowly let it take up space at our store to eventually, all those cabinets you could argue are just like 100% profit at that point because you've already got your money back. Or you can just liquidate them. And that's what they did. That's what they did in the past. They just weren't moving them. I used to go to my local Walmart every week and I marked them. I put a little dot on them and then come back next week, same dot. Come back next week, same dot. Come back next week, same dot. Then the price would go down. They're gone. They just move them. So will the prices ever come down? through clearances and discounts, I think. But will the other thing is, no one can really know. I think even if you went to Arcade1Up, you went to John D and said, will your prices ever come down? I don't think he could know. He doesn't know because he doesn't know what the market's going to do. I think those companies make decisions real time. Walmart makes decisions real time, right? They go, okay, this is how much it costs to make the cabinet. This is how many we're selling. This is the supply. This is the demand. And should we lower or gain the price? And they will lower the price or raise the price based on what the demand is, you know? And no one can really predict the future. So I think the argument is, it's a misnomer because you're like, hey, will stock go up or will stock go down? I'm like, I don't know. There's like a whole bunch of people out there that are like trying to predict what the stock is going to be for GameStop. And a buddy of mine keeps on saying, yeah, that GameStop stock's going to just go super high. So I put $500 of my stock money into GameStop and I lost $100. Thanks. Nice job, Jamie. No, I'm kidding. I'm teasing you, man. But like, you don't know. You don't know. They don't even know. They don't even know. Hey, I'm gonna read through the chat, and I want to mention, keep in mind that in 5 minutes this show is over, but we're going into the post show afterwards. This, if you stay right in this stream, you'll be sucked into a private room. It's a private room. Now, if you're watching and you got to go, you know, whatever, but the link will be in the description. But the link will basically only be in the description, or you'll be sucked into the show in a minute. So I'd love to hear from you. The chat has been blowing up almost to the point. Console Fanboy says too much hardware, not enough software. King Kong, I don't have much time for voicemail, but I do want to play one really quick because there was a really awesome one that came in. Listen up really close for this voicemail. King Kong just reminded me because he has one. I'm going to play King Kong's real quick. He's awesome. King Kong.
Console Kids, it's your boy, King Kong, calling live from the console. First time in a long time. I just want to know, Marvel vs. Capcom 2 Arcade1Up, when is it coming? What year? What quarter? Justin Wong, Maximilian Dude, they want a free Marvel vs. Capcom 2. You know John D's the man. You know he's going to have it. When's it coming? I need predictions. Love the show, brother. Closing time.
All right. Love you, King Kong. Thank you so much. I have no clue, dude. Nobody knows. Marvel vs. Capcom. I know John D did say Marvel vs. Capcom 2. We got to free that, and then later we'll do another one. So I think he's confident that maybe it will really happen. Here's another voicemail. Listen closely to this, because I have no clue who this guy is, but it's funny. Like, okay, I know I've played, like, you know, voice calls, and they're, like, really bad puns, but this, listen to this guy. I think he's serious.
I've just returned from my home with a Marvel vs. Capcom machine here that was on sale at Canadian Best Buy, $50 off. There's some kind of challenge. I was watching Kongs or Us live chat this morning. There's some kind of challenge going on next Friday with these machines, and I don't know, somebody started throwing around all these terms like put your quarters on the table, Friday night challenge and all this stuff, and I decided that I had to get in on this. Yeah, you be quiet. Yeah, I'm looking for anyone to
listen closely here.
You know, challenge me. I've never played the game before, but I'm coming Friday, and may the Schwartz be with you. That's right. That's all I got to say about that. Right? Thank you.
May the Schwartz be with you. Anonymous caller, no clue who he is, but whoever you are, thank you. When I first listened to that, I thought it was hilarious. I think the guy's from Canada based on the accent and the area code that he has. Anyway, so here's the deal with the show. The prices, maybe they'll come down, probably not. Over time, they're probably going to continue to go up. Lewis said that he got his Pac-Man on clearance. If you need that lower price, that's what I'm doing. I'm waiting for the prices to go down. If you're a must buyer, get it. If you have the money and the cabinet comes out that is a must buy, get it, because then you're paying the Walmart. Remember, we talked about they need their profit, and once they hit their profit, they'll liquidate it for the rest of us. So really appreciate you taking one for the team. And if no one does buy these cabinets, then eventually they will come down in price, or Arcade1Up will figure out a different model. Anyway, that's my time. I'll see you guys in just a few minutes in the post show. I hope you enjoyed the show tonight. Comment down below. Let me know your thoughts. It was really hard to keep up with the chats. So if you could summarize your entire thoughts about the show into a small little paragraph, I'd love to read it and reply back to you. And we'll see you in the post show in just a little bit. See ya.